Hello, YouTube. This is your AKC album reviews, and I know a couple of months ago I released a intro video about, I was gonna do reviews soon. Well, they weren't that soon because I just had like a lot of stuff going on, so I really didn't have any time to like do videos or anything. And yeah, but I'm back, and I actually do want to do this. I want to do this channel, and I want to do some reviews for y'all. So for my first review, I'm doing Illmatic by Nas. And I'm doing this review. That's my first review because not only is it Illmatic, but also because it was the 30th anniversary like a couple of months ago. I think it only makes sense to do a review of this album. Now, this album came out in 1994, being Nas's debut. And kind of immediately on the scene, it was automatically kind of seen as like a classic. Not as a classic, but it was just known as being very good. And it's still known as being very good now. In fact, it's known as being one of the best hip-hop albums of all time for many reasons. First is the amazing production. So many classic and iconic beats. For example, NY State of Mind with its really cool old school dusty pianos, the nice freaking jazz beat, the ding 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 ding, and like just the rolling of a subway and train wheels that sound like you're right in the middle of New York, which is kind of exactly what this track is trying to do. Trying to make you feel you're in New York, you're in the New York state of mind. Some other highlights that I feel like are just really good. Like this whole album production wise just has really good highlights. Life's a Bitch is just a very good track. I love the sample. I know the sample, Yearning for Your Love, and they use it very well. They flow on top of it very well, and it just sounds so clean. The production on this album just sounds so clean, but also kind of rough at the same time. One good example of this is One Love, which also does sound really clean with production from Q-Tip, but still has like this kind of raw underground type of vibe, if you know what I mean. Again, a lot of the freaking beats on there were also produced by DJ Premier, who did an amazing job. Like on The World Is Yours, those pianos sound so nice. They sound so good. They sound like New York, but in a very different way. They sound like the cold atmosphere, the cold air of New York, and just the homey vibe of it. That's what this album does. It has like a really good atmosphere, making you feel like that you're in the northern part of America, in New York, experiencing all these things, like writing to a loved one in jail, or writing to a homie in jail, or freaking in The World Is Yours, just being optimistic about hey, the world is your oyster, you can use your life is what you make it, and everything. And that's what a lot of this album is. It's a lot of boasting, but also like a lot of optimism, like in Life's a Bitch, talking about every day is short. You never know what's gonna be your last day, so you might as well live it up while you can, and on that song, AZ has a killer verse. Honestly, I think it's better than Nas's. Great flow, great wordplay. Love the effervescence line. Like he just kind of goes off with the different ways he just explains as to why they're living like that and everything, and why they're doing things that they do, why they smoke it up and everything. And then after that, you also have songs like Halftime, and It Ain't Hard to Tell, where it's kind of just him boasting. Either boasting about how cool he is, like It Ain't Hard to Tell that he's clean and he's fly and everything, and he's cool and his rhymes are tight and everything, but also on Halftime, just showing his pure technical ability to just rhyme things together, rhyme things extremely well together, and come up with amazing wordplay. And then finally you have songs like One Time, so you have Represent. And man, I love Represent so much. It's just such a hype track. It feels so like not sentimental, but it feels like so like real, if that makes sense. Like, you can just tell that they were having fun while recording the track, and that's what I love about it most. The beat is just immaculate. I love it. It just sounds so New York, so East Coast, like, so everything that he's trying to say on this album about how he's, you know, basically the best rapper in the East Coast, at least at the time. And then it's also One Time for Your Mind, which I think is great. But I don't know. It kind of drags on for too long. Of course, there is just something I'm missing, and that is Memory Lane. Memory Lane is good. I think it's actually really good, in fact. I don't know. Again, it's just like a lot of boasting, a lot of rapping about how he's good at rapping, and just a lot of good wordplay. I love the beat. It's so fresh. It sounds so fresh and so, again, sentimental. It sounds like you've known that track forever, if that makes sense. And like overall, this album just does such a good job at, you know, showing you about, like, it's just a good job of showing you what New York is, what his life is like in New York at the time. He does a really good job just showing his capability as a rapper. Just able to just string on long verses and, you know, do really good wordplay, extremely good storytelling, like in One Love, extremely good storytelling. Able to just weave and bob around the beat like he just he just owns it, and he does own it. He does a very good job. Yeah, I think this is a pretty legendary album. I think I'm gonna give this a strong 9.5. I don't think it's a 10, because I don't know. I think it can get a little bit too long. It can feel a little bit too long. But other than that, it's just a fun album with really good messaging, really good rapping, and really good production. If I were to show anybody, hey, if anybody was asked, hey, you know, I want to get into hip hop, I'll show them this album. So I'll give it a pretty strong 9.5. Okay, see ya for the next review.